Hey you guys, it's Mikhail here, and today, and on the course of several days, you guys are gonna come with me to my journey through Alaska and Canada. Very excited. May do some whale watching, do salmon baking, all that good stuff. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it too, you know what I'm saying? And then, oh, you see that water? Ooh, ooh. So, yeah, stay tuned. Hope you enjoy it. Hey, you guys. Today is day one. Day one, we're just cruising. We're going to be on our way to Juneau, Alaska, or whatever. Stuff like that. So, I think tomorrow, what are we doing? We're doing a glacier. We're going to look at glaciers tomorrow. And a salmon bake or whatever. So, excitement, looking at big things of ice. Oh yes, it's gonna be great. It really is. It sounds a little sarcastic, but I'm really excited, to be honest. But yeah, but on the way here, it's been an adventure before we even got on this ship. You know why? Because the airlines lost our luggage and we won't get it until tomorrow. So we had to buy some clothes. That Alaska. Oh yes. And stuff like that. So it's been a struggle. It's been an ordeal, but we're all right. We're all right. So I'm just glad that everything's okay. Right now it's cold already. It is a nice 58 degrees, and I think it's gonna be colder when we get to Juneau. So that's my life. So we had to get some nice little coats and nice little scarves and hats. But tomorrow for this ice glacier watching, viewing, whatever you want to call it or whatever. So stay tuned. My goal was trying to see the water, get the water in the background. There we go. Ooh, yes, them waves. Ooh, don't let nobody ride your wave. Ooh, yes. But all right, thank you. All right, y'all. We are at the Mendenhall Glacier Visitor Center, and right in front, at a nice little straight ahead, is a wonderful glacier. You know. So, and then there's mountains. Ooh. No clouds, but this is more important. Hold on, I gotta get a decent little picture. Let me cross over so we don't put these people. Okay. There you go. Yes. Yeah.
And we have to fly.
Just amazing. This is very exciting. Mountain right here. It is Mount Juneau, and we see that wonderful little waterfall right there. I'm gonna see if I can go all the way up. You see the little people? So yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can get there. Lord said the same, So yeah, glacier again. Okay. around the wonderful city of Skagway, Alaska. So I hope you guys enjoy it and stuff like that. So, are you gonna say something? All right.
Through the hills, don't it?
All struggling to complete their journey from Skagway to the summit, where they would stash their goods and make the trip again. Most would make the trip 30 to 40 times, depending on how much they could carry. Now we're going to get closer and closer to the original trail until we actually merge, and we will be traveling in the same spot trod by stampeders and their pack animals so many years ago.
On this light right here, guys. So, as those young folks say, they're like though. They're white though. I want to show y'all this light is a pretty blue. I'm so fascinated by these black eyes because I will never ever see this in Memphis ever in my life. But you know, you never know. But, my gosh. Wow. That was a busy man. That's all I gotta say. That was working. Guys, today we are in Victoria, British Columbia, and Canada. Today we're gonna do a scenic tour, a bus scenic tour. I hope it's a double-decker bus. I doubt it, but let's hope. If not, that's gonna be a disappointment. But we're gonna hope for the best, and that's really all about it. We're gonna do today because my mom didn't want to do too much today, so. Y'all, this is the Empress Hotel, which is the oldest hotel, I think, in Canada or British Columbia. We won't say Canada. That sounds about right. So yeah, there's that. So these gardens are pretty. Ooh. That foliage. Let me just zoom in. Ooh. Wow, pretty. Wow. Oh, this is pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I'm in love. Not this coconut though, but I think I'm in love. Oh my gosh.
You do.
That we look off is Washington State. That mountain range that you can just barely see there through the clouds, there's snow-capped mountains on there, about 8,000 foot high. That is the Olympic mountain range of Washington State. Port Angeles, the city of Washington, and the city in Washington State is right to your right. But take a look at the smoke and the smog along the water on the other side of the over there at the Olympic Peninsula. See all that brown smoke? They legalized marijuana a couple years ago over there. We've been looking at that smoke a couple of months. They'll be poking some fun at us. They might be poking fun at us already, but like I said, Port Angeles right across the way. But that mountain range that you're just getting a glimpse of, you can't see the snow capped on it right now, but maybe a little later when we get up to the mountain you might see it. But that mountain range gives Victoria its weather. The rain shadow effect off that mountain range is incredible here in the city of Victoria. They tell us that we have a northern Mediterranean climate. We have palm trees here in the city of Victoria. We got banana trees. We got sequoias. We have redwood trees. Things that don't grow anywhere else in Canada grow very well here in the city of Victoria. We've had a South Park since 1895 here in the city of Victoria.
Oh wow. All right.
So we're also a government city. This is the capital of British Columbia. So we are a very large government city as well. This next sign coming up here on your right, night is for sleeping, day is for resting. Most of us are pretty sure that has to do with our politicians. Now coming up here on your left, this is Thunderbird Park. These totem poles that you're about to see here, these are replicas of the oldest totem poles on the planet. The originals are actually in the museum there to your left. The Royal BC Museum makes the top 10 of museums in North America every year. It is a world-class facility, just a little too nice today to be going into the museum. But if it was raining, I'd highly recommend it. There's the back end of the Empress Hotel, built in 1908, Francis Rattenbury, and the Crystal Gardens here to your right. That building was built and designed as a saltwater-fed Olympic-sized swimming pool. Back in the 1920s, Johnny Weissmuller broke a couple of Olympic records in that building. You got to be my age to know who Johnny Weissmuller is. Tarzan, all right. Built there to your left, you can see the... And of course, like I said, we are a government city. Our premier, John Horgan, he's the premier of our province here in British Columbia. That's where he conducts business. He's probably on the golf course today, but that's where he usually is. Of course, if anybody wants to stay in town after the tour, we'll talk about that when we come on our way back. I'll give you guys all opportunities. The Empress Hotel, you can get inside there. Legislature, you can actually cough up your driver's license, go in and have lunch with all the politicians. Doesn't that sound like fun? Yeah, well, that's why there's nobody standing at that door. So all this land that we're driving on right now, this is the bottom of the ocean, including the Empress Hotel. The ocean used to go 2 blocks past the back side of the Empress Hotel. This is all filled in. All they did with the Empress Hotel was they drove 1,600 Douglas fir trees into the bottom of the ocean. Some of those fir trees about 6 feet in diameter. They placed concrete on those trees, built the Empress Hotel. 100 plus years later, she's only sank 2 inches. But it was built on the bottom of the ocean. This was originally, what we're on right now was the original causeway. And the ocean used to go underneath us. And everything to your right was the bottom of James Bay. So this part of town I'm going to take you guys up to now. If anybody decides to stay in the heart of the city later at the end of the tour, this is where you want to walk up. It's pretty much where the bulk of our historical buildings are. Everything up here built between the 1880s, 1930s. So the guys that are working on these construction towers, are living in their cars for the most part until some of these buildings come online. Because like I said, that's how tough it is in the city right now. No place to live. So I don't see any of anybody missing back there?
Okay. Ooh.
I don't think so. So as I make this left in here, take a look to your right. You're going to see one of our beaches. This beach that you see here is called Willows Beach. This is the premier beach in our city. We've got a lot of coastline here in Victoria, but not a lot of beach areas. And that is our beach, beautiful beach. And if the city's got anything going on, that is the beach we do it at. And of course, that beach would not be there today if it wasn't for Francis Rattenbury browbeating the councillors in 1906 in the Oak Bay municipality to start putting parks in the city. Again, quite the visionary. So you can see the tall grasses here. Like I said, anywhere you see tall grasses not being cut by the city, you're guaranteed that there's Kamas lily in there. And I'm going to go out of my way next spring to try one of those Kamas lilies. I hear they're absolutely terrible to eat, but I'm very interested to see what they taste like. So you see where those birds are on the rock there? That's where the ships would have come in, right to the edge of there. You can see the tide's going down now, so some of the rocks are being exposed. But you can see that wasn't very far for them to come ashore. Nevertheless, the SPCA would have a field day today. That little island to your right over there, out on the water, that little low-lying brown island that's on our right. On a clear day, you can see Mount Rainier right in behind that rock. And if you're looking at Mount Rainier, you're looking at the iconic backdrop to the city of Seattle. So like I said, Seattle's about 50 miles right to our right there. You can see the mountain on a clear day. The other mountain that's very predominant usually is right here to your right now, Mount Baker. I can see a bit of her, but you'd have to know where she is. And Mount Baker, of course, is a 10,000 foot high glaciated active volcano over in Washington State. I mentioned the Hudson's Bay guys. Like when you joined the Hudson's Bay, it was kind of like joining the Army. You signed up for a 2 or 3 year commitment. Once you fulfilled your commitment to the Hudson's Bay, you were offered land at an incredible price. The early pioneers, 1860s, Scotland, England, heavily oppressed, regulated, taxed. Farmers were even told what they could and couldn't grow in the ground. So when those farmers, or early pioneers and the early Hudson's Bay guys got to Victoria, these guys never went back to Scotland and England. these guys all thought they died and gone to heaven. The growing conditions, the weather, everything was spectacular here in Victoria. Like I said, still in these neighborhoods today, original descendants living in the properties that some of their forefathers purchased or got from the Hudson's Bay Company. Like I said, very, very few of these people, early pioneers, ever went back to Scotland and England. Now, heritage houses here in the city of Victoria. A heritage house could be both a blessing and a curse. Everybody wants to have that heritage house. But here in the city of Victoria, you're mandated by law to keep the exterior or the envelope of that building to the period that it's from. They really, really don't care what you do to the inside of the building. You can modernize it all they want. You can landscape it till the cows come home, but you cannot touch the exterior, the envelope of that building. Take a look at this house here right on the right here right now. This clinker style or lap straight 2-inch bevel siding, they haven't made that since about 1903 here in the city. If that fellow's siding was starting to rot and deteriorate, he'd have to have all that wood custom milled at an exorbitant price. So like I said, the heritage designation or registered home here in the city of Victoria can be very, very costly. Now, this guy here on the very end of this road on your right here, this guy could have got a heritage designation. Chose to put a modern stucco finish on that house. Built in the 1930s, so he could have got a heritage designation. And chose to go modern and saved himself an incredible amount of money. Little evidence of some Spanish people living across the street there on your left. One of the very few Spanish-looking buildings we have left in our city.
Well, you guys, that was Alaska and Canada. Overall, I had a great time despite my luggage being lost and despite that 2 people fell overboard yesterday, but everybody's okay, and that's why, I'm here now on time. And but all in all, I learned a valuable lesson to always have a set of clothes in your carry-on, and never let the ship book your flights and everything else. So I really hope that you all enjoyed the views that I provided you all, and I just hope that you guys will continue to like these vlogs, because next 2 weeks from now we're doing a vlog in Paris and London, so stay tuned, or not if you don't want to see this, but it's your life, it's my life, but yeah, thanks y'all.
For you, my abilities in the art of self-levitation.